Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Tonight we have got a bit of a treat, guys. He's not been seen for ages on the live streams, so he does want to come back and have a chit chat tonight. And of course, it's our beautiful Uncle Danny. He is here.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Welcome.
So I hope everybody's doing good. Hey Scott, how you doing? Hi
Yeah, who's
pups.
on?
There's Nelly. Hey Nelly.
Welcome in,
Uh,
everybody. Welcome in, Nelly. Welcome in, Scott. Welcome in, Sister Sherry. Well, nice to see you all.
Welcome in everybody. Come. So I
Thank you for
guess we'll
sharing
just
out,
chat.
guys.
We'll chit chat about whatever until a couple people come in. We'll just,
Yeah. I
yeah,
want
shoot
to
the shit.
congratulate you on the Grove as well. You've done amazing this year again with it, especially with all your health conditions and things. You do amazing, Uncle Danny.
Well, thank you very much, Buttons. Hey, Snap Crackle Pop.
Hi, Snap
Um,
Crackle. Nice to see you.
yeah, I got lots more planned for the Grove. Um, and I'm gonna tell you about it here on your channel before I haven't said it yet. But
Good.
um, I got a few more plants coming in that I'm gonna be doing. I got lots of
Welcome in, Kara.
tidy up work and different things I want to do out there. But so far, as you know, I've given out 5 trees this
Yep.
year. Okay. Um, there is one more surprise. I am gonna give out 3 more trees. However, I don't know who's going to get them yet. I don't know what the criteria is going to be or anything like that. But I'm going to pick 3 people in the next couple of weeks um, to receive a tree. Now,
Wow.
one of the things, obviously, is you're going to have to participate in the grove. So either you're going to have to um, visit the Grove on Jason Bones Inspectors when there's a cinema out, or on Danny's Grove, my other channel, which would be cool too because I'm trying to grow that channel as well, right? And that one
Mm.
to Danny's Grove is nothing but the Grove on there. Okay.
It stays in the yard. Snap.
Yeah. So there's going to be 3 more people I pick. I'm not sure who they are. Uh, I don't even have an idea what 3 yet. I don't know. But I am
I'll
definitely going to
come
be
to you.
picking but I'm definitely gonna put in 3 more people are gonna get a tree this year. Okay,
Brilliant.
so that's one thing that I just thought I'd mention here that I haven't said yet,
Hi,
just
Colleen.
because I think it'd be cool to say something new on your channel. Hey, there she is.
Oh,
How you
hi,
doing, Widow?
our
So
beautiful Colleen.
yeah, we're gonna be picking 3 people to receive a life tree for the Grove. So I don't know which 3 yet, but there's
And
gonna be
it's a
3 people who
special
have.
thing, guys. I'll tell you what the tree's done for me. When Uncle Danny done the revamp when he done the Grove the very first time around, when he was building it, and we got our tree, I got a Druze tree, and I got my witch's tree. So the minute that Uncle Danny planted the witch's tree and things, the Druze tree, I was already on my path to that point. So I was already like traveling to the Grove and many meditations. I was already, when I was feeling a little bit down, I was asking the Grove if I could come in and refresh myself and things. So that was already working for me. But the minute that Uncle Danny planted my witch's tree, that's when things took a complete 360 and I felt a lot more grounded in my practice. I felt a lot more of the energies wanted to work with me and things. It was as if I had a stamp of seal of approval, if you like, by the Grove and by the energies that work in the Grove. I felt as if the witch's tree really gave me the grounding that I needed and the focus. But the overall action of the Grove is an amazing thing to do, guys, honestly. And you don't need to keep visiting the Grove and like going over to the channel to see it. Once you see the Grove a few times in your and on the channel, you will start finding that the minute you close your eyes, you will see the Grove. It's just the way it is. It's a magical place. it comes to you in dreams and everything. You will find yourself standing in the middle of the grove if you need a bit of guidance and things. I know a lot of people say that when they're doing a lot of the work with their guides and things that they go on a boat for some reason. But I've never found myself on a boat yet. I've always found myself in the woods or in the grove. I've found myself in the grove talking to Archangel Michael and things like that. But the groves are amazing things, guys. So if you are picked for a tree, honestly feel honoured because it is such an amazing thing and you really do feel grounded the minute you get the tree in that grove. It's an amazing magical place, honestly.
Thank you. Ah, that's so nice.
It's true though, it's just the truth. Welcome in, Amora
Hey,
says.
hey,
Good
Pop. Hey,
files.
Amora.
Welcome,
Shelly.
Shelley.
Oh,
Nice to
hey,
see
how you
you.
doing,
Yeah,
sweetheart?
yeah. I'm so honoured
Ah,
that you chose to come in.
yeah.
It's nice to see you.
There's my Shelly from Thunder Bay
Wait,
Paranormal.
I'll get her link,
Uh,
guys.
yeah, she is amazing, guys. If you're not anyone here who doesn't uh, follow Shelly, you're losing out. She's an amazing uh, investigator. She does lots of helping a lot of people with their houses and stuff. She learned
Yeah,
well, and then
guys.
she went poof off on her way, and she's doing an awesome job. So I'm very proud of her. All her accomplishments.
Yeah, and it
All of them
shows you what
actually.
determination
So
does.
proud, so proud.
Wait, I'll get it. I'll get the link for you, Thunder. Paranormal. Wait, I get the right one because I
She's
noticed there's a
done
few others.
she's done amazing, and I'm very proud of her. When she first started, she wanted just to hang out with me and do a few things, and we did a few things, and she got better and better to the point where I was like, okay, that's it, fly. And she's just done amazing, just an amazing work, and I couldn't be more proud.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
think she's got an amazing channel, guys. You need to check her out. Honestly, her link's going in the chat right now, and she's under Thunder Bay Paranormal. Got a great
And
channel.
like I say, guys, I couldn't be more proud of a person. Okay, she's exceptional at what she does, and she knows if she ever needs me, I'm always gonna be there for her. Just like you guys. I'll always be there for you guys. She
Yeah,
knows that, and she does fantastic work. So you guys, watch her stuff because man, she's good.
yeah, definitely.
Two
And I've
thumbs
seen her
approval
around for a
for
long
her.
time, but she doesn't do interviews or anything. Maybe one day she'll do an interview. Maybe one day Shelley will come up.
Maybe one day she can go up with Pup and you, or with you one
Yeah, I'd
time and
love
Pup
that.
another, just for an interview. Talk about her
Yes.
craft, what she does. Maybe talk about, what the house blessings are to her, that type of thing. You know, that'd be a good
Yeah, for
idea
sure.
sometime if you guys hook it up through Facebook or whatever.
You're welcome up anytime,
Um,
Shelley, honestly. Welcome to join us anytime you like. So yeah, so the Groves are an amazing place, guys, and right now as well. I know that the spring is transforming into summer right now. There's a lot going on, like weather-wise, in a lot of your countries, especially in America and things. It gets pretty stormy. But just remember, when you are feeling a little bit down, or there's anything that you're struggling with in life, go into the woods. Start trying to get out in nature. I feel that's the message that we have to try and spread this year is that everybody needs to start back, try to get back outside, even if it's not going into the woods, your front garden, your back garden, anywhere that you can put your feet on Mother Earth. Definitely try and do it, guys. And if you can't, the Grove is a perfect place to sit with and put your mind. Definitely try your hardest this year. Do
yeah.
you feel a
Well,
shift,
Shelly,
Danny?
sweetheart, if you ever want to learn something, or if there's something I can help you with, you just have to ask. You know that, right? So if there's anything you want to learn, or something that you think I could teach you, I'm more than happy to tutor you for anything that you ever need. So you just let me know if there's something.
Hi, Kimmy.
Hey,
Yeah,
Kimmer.
definitely. Our lessons are on pause just now, guys, because there's a lot going on in everybody's lives, as I've told you. But see, the minute that you feel you're being taught something, that you're in lessons, you actually feel that you're doing something, you feel as if you've got a purpose. So I recommend any of you, if you can get somebody to teach you something, get into lessons because it puts your mind in a good place, knowing that you're working on your path and that. And also the energies start taking notice because I feel as if the minute you start working on your journey, you must feel this, Uncle Danny, that usually the energies around you will start knowing that you're being serious and they'll start to work with you a little bit more.
Well, yeah, the more you put out and the more you work with the spirits, the more you it comes down to your own growth and belief, right? So the more that you grow and the more that you believe and the more that you reach out to the spirit world, the more it reaches back,
Yeah,
right? And then you end up with a relationship with the spirit world, with nature, with the different things that you work with. You end up building this family, a relationship. It's like a family, right?
yeah,
And the more that you do, the more that it hugs you, you know.
yeah.
There is the other side of the coin, though. Don't forget, when you start working with a lot of good spirits, some nastier spirits might not be happy about that, and you might
Oh,
hit a
yeah.
few. You're gonna hit a few bumps in the road,
Welcome,
right?
Diane.
You're gonna hit some bumps in the road, but just remember when that happens, you've got all these other good spirits around you, so ask for help,
Yeah,
right? And they'll help you. Hey, Diane, how are you? Um,
it's
Drew,
amazing.
Shelly needs help to learn how to go live and do live streams and stuff. So will you help her with that?
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely help you with
There
that,
you go.
Shirley. Not a problem. Get me on
There you
Messenger and
go,
I'll
Shelly.
help you.
That's the person that'll help you. You know, if not, Pup will help you. Either one.
Yeah, Tools will
So
help you. Yep, definitely. We're always around to help any of yous.
you know, White Owl, you need lessons, all right. There's a crock of shit if I ever see. Well, I mean, hi, how's it going?
Yeah, yeah, that is perfect, Scott. That is what all of us do, honestly. And you will find that doing things like that will make you safe when you're traveling and things like that. Definitely see your truck as your friend because you will build up a relationship with that energy of your truck. You know, it might not be the truck as in the truck itself, but it's the energy of that carriage that you are traveling in. Make sure that, yeah, good idea. Don't ever feel ashamed of anything like that. That's an amazing thing to do. Talk to your spirit guys about your truck
Hey,
and things.
Gary.
Definitely. Welcome on,
Now,
everybody.
off topic just a little bit off topic. This is for Nally out there, for dear happy Nally, you know,
Oh,
and
Nelly, that's my
or
big
anyone
sister.
else, or anybody else that's having a little rough go at the minute. As you know, I was in the wheelchair for 7 years, and I worked my ass out of the wheelchair, and I got to where I'm right now. Okay, on my other channel, on Danny Strongman channel, I'm gonna be starting right from the scratch where I started, doing soup can boogies, doing rubber bands, doing light free weights and everything else, and setting up. This is how I started, and this is where I got to, sort of a deal. Okay, so I am offering Nelly right here, right now. If you need any help, any tutoring, you want any inspiration, you want a coach, you want a trainer, you want some help with, getting back up on your feet and getting back to life, I'll back you 100% and help you as much as I can. Okay?
Wow.
You put in the work and I'll put in the effort. That's my deal to you. I will help you and teach you how to do all the things I did to get to where I am out of love and respect. Okay? I'll give you everything I got, but you got to give it back. Okay? So if
Yeah.
that's a deal that you would like, I'm happy to be there for you and help you through this journey. Okay? And I'll tell you what, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick. It takes time. It took me 3 years altogether. Okay? So
Yep.
it takes time, but it's possible if you believe. Okay? You have
Yes,
to
she says
believe you
thanks,
can
I
do it.
will.
You gotta believe you can do it, and I'll help you get there. All right?
There
Deal?
you
Deal.
go. What an offer. Yeah, it's amazing. She was asking me about how you done it, Uncle Danny. All along, I've been telling her to watch it about how you transformed out the chair to where you are now. And she has asked how you done it, and I've told her about starting off with the bands and things to make your body strong and your legs strong, and then with the cans and things to make your arms strong. So she has been watching and has been asking around about it. So she's
That's
really is
good because we're
determined to
gonna
get back up on her feet.
we're gonna start a whole new series. Okay, right from the start. Okay.
Yeah,
This
Sister
is what we're
Sherry
gonna
done
do
it
day
too.
one. This is what we're gonna do for the first few weeks, right? So we're gonna start a whole series on how I got started and where I got to. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing on that channel. So I just wanted to share that out there and give that offer
Well,
out. If anyone needs help, it's going to be on the channel. If you need to talk about different things or struggles or whatever, I'll be there for you to help you through it. So there you
wow, it's a great offer, guys.
go.
Uncle
So,
Dan is an inspiration. And
so I
I'll
think what
always
we'll do
post the
now
link.
is I think what I want to do now, I want to talk about basically once a month. I'm going to go on someone's channel, pick someone from the hat, whatever. Uh, Go on a channel and talk for a half hour, 45 minutes, whatever, about one of the cases that I've worked over the 54 years. Okay, that I've done the business.
Yeah,
Um, because a lot of times things aren't always as they seem on a case. Okay, and sometimes you see a lot of times where they say, "Oh, my house has a demon in it," which it's not a demon. 90% of the time, it's not a demon. It's a really pissed off human spirit. But regardless, or it could be an in between. Okay, not necessarily a demon, but not human either. It's kind of an in between, and things like that. Well, this happened. There's one case I want to talk to you about. Happened about 30 years ago. Um, Probably around 30 years ago, and it was in or near. Trying to remember the name of that place. It'll come back to me. Um, Geez, I knew it a minute ago. Windsor. Okay, this happened in Windsor. Anyway, the church kept getting calls from this family because they were saying that things started happening after this. The family had a new baby. Weird shit started happening in the house. Now they already had one child, and they got another child, and things started to happen. So they called in uh, the church and everything else, and they were saying, well, what's going on? So they started talking about all the different things that happen and all the stuff going on, and it just kept building, and building and building and building. So a couple of investigators that I knew way back went there. And so they turned around and they said, "Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe you could come and have a look see." So okay, so I decided I'll take the case on because it was kind of a request. You know what I mean? Like there are certain cases I've done through the years because another person who was in the same sort of field, we weren't called paranormal investigators by then either. That's a crock of shit. Okay. Uh, we didn't really have that type of a title. Okay. But anyway, we had some pretty strange names, in fact. But anyway, I digress. So that's all right. So I went down to check with this family. So right away when I went there, as soon as I walked in the door, I'm like, okay. I felt like four sets of eyes staring at me, right? So I'm looking. Well, there's the father, and there's the mother. Kids are at grandma's. So who are these other two people, right?
yeah,
So like right away, I knew there was something there, and I didn't even do anything. So the first thing we did says, okay. She says, what do you want to do? I said, well, let's just sit and chat and find out what's going on, and maybe from there we can sort of search it out, right? So so yeah, we're sitting there, we're having a cup of coffee, And the cupboard door closest to the stove, so basically the furthest door from us, opened up and slammed, bam. And then the one directly across from that, it also opened and slammed. And she goes, see, and I went, just chillax and let's just keep talking, like it's just a cupboard door, it's nothing, you
Yeah.
know. So anyway, we kept talking, and all of a sudden you hear like something being tossed in the living room, right? So me, me, I'm curious all the time, but nosy. I said, I gotta find out what that was, right? So I go in the living room, and right by the kitchen door, uh, the remote control for the TV is in pieces on the floor. So the remote basically got thrown from where they were sitting on the coffee table across the floor. Now, I might as well give you an idea. You come in the front door, right? There's a hallway. To this side, there's stairs. One set going up, and then you go down the hall, there's a set going down, okay, on the side of the house. So you come in the door, and right off to this side is the kitchen, okay, where you sit for the food, the table, right? And then directly in front of that is the kitchen where you do your cooking and the cupboards and the stove. Just past there is the living room, right? So the living room is kind of in the front of that, right? And then off the sides is the bedrooms over there. So now you know the layout of the place a little bit. So anyway, I said, okay, well that's clever, what happened? Oh, okay. I said, well, that's clever. So then I went back to the table. We sat there drinking coffee, and then the sink turns on, kitchen sink, right? And I'm gonna look at the sink, and I start chuckling, and I says to the lady, "You got another cup of coffee?" She says, "What?" I says, "You got another coffee?" She says, "Oh yeah." You're I said, "I haven't even started yet." Hey,
I
Gemma,
think your
I haven't
sound's very
I
low,
haven't
Uncle
started
Danny.
yet. I haven't even started my coffee yet, right? So I sound low. I don't know what to tell you, dear. So anyway, I said, well, you know, just pour me another cup of coffee. So she pours me another coffee, and she sits down. And just as that happens, the two doors above the sink, like the half cupboards, you got your full cupboards and you got those like two half cupboards above the sink. Both those doors, boom, 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 6 or 7 times. So I look over. I said, knock it the hell off, right? I said, knock it off right now. You're pissing me off. I'm trying to talk to these people. I'll talk to you later. It stops, right? So I got up. I grabbed this coffee she poured me. I put it on the counter and I said, this is for you. The spirit who's knocking shit around and being a pain in my ass. I offer you this coffee in friendship. This is for you. Have a cup of coffee. Chillax. I'll get to you.
Yeah.
Just relax for 5 minutes and have a damn cup of coffee. I hear in my ear, right? For me? Like that. For me? Yeah, yeah, that's for you. Drink the coffee and relax. And I'll get back to you sooner or later, right? It's quiet as a mouse in the house, right? Nothing going on, very quiet. The lady looks at me and goes, you just told it to shut up. I said, no, I told it to knock it off. I says, that's it. She goes, yeah, but we've hollered and screamed and yelled and everything else. It just gets worse. I said, yeah, and? She says, how come you can say knock it off and it stops? I says, because I have an Astro. That's why. You
Yeah.
know, I got an Astro and I got a Sakara. So when I say knock it off, they knock it off. It's simple as. Nothing to do with me, None to me. I'm nobody. I'm just, toolbox. So anyway, they start laughing. So we start talking, and all these things kept adding up, right? So I
Talk.
says, well, I don't think it's anything nasty here. I really don't. And although some really weird shit happened there, okay? Like, and they were understandably nervous and scared, okay? Because I mean, they'd be standing there, and a knife would fly across the room and stick into the wall beside somebody, right? Or a chair would fly across the floor and hit the wall behind somebody. You know, all these some very active shit, right? But I said to him, I says to the guy, I says, listen, how many times has a knife or a cup or a plate been thrown at you? And he said, about 6 times. I says, really? He goes, I says, do you think they're that bad of a shot that they're going to miss you every time? If they were trying to hit you, they would have, right? If a spirit is bad and they're throwing a knife at you, they're not going to miss, okay? Two knives were like a foot and a half away from where he was standing, stuck into the wall. So it was thrown with huge force, which would scare the
True.
shit out of anybody, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't near him where it would actually hurt him.
Yeah.
Same with the plates, same with the cups, or not anything else that was thrown, the chair. It was always 2 feet away or a foot and a half away from whoever it was thrown at. It never hit anyone,
Yeah.
right? I says, they obviously want your attention. They obviously want you to pay attention. There's something important going on. I have no idea what it is,
Yeah.
right? But if they wanted to hurt you, you would have had knives stick. You would look like a pincushion by now, okay?
Yeah.
You'd have all kinds of knives sticking out all over the place. They don't want to hurt you, obviously, because if they wanted to, they would have. They've had all
Yeah.
the opportunity, all the opportunity in the world to do something to hurt somebody, but nobody's been pushed down the stairs. No, nobody's been hit, punched, nobody's been scratched. No, but dishes fly, knives fly, cupboard doors open and close, furniture moves, but nobody
Hmm.
ever got hurt.
Yeah.
And they said, no. I said, well, this isn't an evil spirit then, you know. Now, I can see how it would appear to be something evil.
Yeah.
If you have no experience with the paranormal and all this shit starts happening in your house,
Yeah.
of
It can
course
be
you're going to be
scary.
terrified,
Yeah.
of course, right? He said, well, how do you know this? And I said, I've already been doing this for 25 years. I've been around the block. And I'll tell you what, if they wanted to hurt you, you would have been hurt. Okay? Not after this length of time. If this started happening a week ago, right? And it's already gotten to this, well, then you know what? It might be something bad. But this shit's been going on in your house since the baby was born. So it's been 6 months. If it wanted to hurt you, it would have had plenty of time to hurt you, right? So basically, we turned around and said, okay, you know what? I want to stay here tonight. I'm going to investigate my way, do my own thing. I don't want you guys here. Go to a hotel or something, you
Yeah.
know. And we're going to do some investigation and everything else. So there was this group that they had come to the house for us. Call them, get them to come here.
Thank you, Snap.
I want to look over their evidence, whatever they got. And sure enough, on their evidence, they did get a cup fly across the room. Um, what else was there? There was only like two or three things they caught that particular night, right?
Yeah.
Because as you know, things happen when they happen. It doesn't happen
Can
automatically,
I put
right?
a clock by it?
So, but they actually caught a cup that came out of the dish rack and go across the floor to the fridge and then drop on the floor and smash,
Oh,
right?
wow.
It was a really cool, like, and you could see just by looking at it, it was actually just, it just went, and it wasn't slow. It wasn't like it was thrown. It wasn't fast. It was just like if you,
Done it with determination.
let's say you grabbed a cup out of the rack and you went to the fridge to get a glass of milk, but you dropped it in front of the fridge. That's kind of what it looked like. Like
Yeah.
somebody was trying to. So I didn't feel any threateningness by it. They were terrified of it. And I said, well, it doesn't seem threatening.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a violent act. It just sort of
It's just
happened,
weird.
So they were like, oh, okay. And then they got this EVP, and it was get out. The old get out, get out, get out, right? And I'm listening to it, and there's more to it. And I'm saying, like, hey, there's something before get out. There's something before get out, but I can't make it out. I couldn't make it out. So I said, okay, we're gonna do our investigation. So we investigated all night. And just as I was coming up, I went downstairs, did some investigation downstairs. As I'm coming up the stairs, right at the top of the stairs, I see this lady standing there. And she kept saying two words over and over again. And I seen her once or twice, I don't know, but she was clearly at the top of the stairs. And she said, they must. And I'm like,
Right.
what? And she goes, they must.
They must.
And then boom, right? And I heard her one or two more times saying the same thing. They must, right? Then I think it was around 3:30, something like that, in the living room. I'm sitting at because I'm trying to figure out how is it that they seem to be watching everything from every, wherever you are, right? But there was this one spot in the living room, right by the picture window. But if you sat there, you could lean this way and see in the kitchen. If you lean
Right.
that way, you could see down the hallway. If you look that way, you could see the stairs, And I thought,
Right.
this is probably where they sit most of the time, is
Oh
right
yeah.
here, right?
They can see
So,
everything.
yeah, and I'm thinking this has got to be where they're sitting all the time, right? So I says, you know what? Bring me my tape recorder. So the guy brings it over. I says, I put my tape recorder on. Hey, is there anything you want to say? You know, I says I can hear you talking a little bit, but uh, for whatever reason you're muffling to me. So is there something you need to say that you want to stress? Right? Let it play for a while, and I did some more investigations. Didn't hear nothing. I kept seeing this other guy, and he kept going in and out of the house, out the back door, back in the house. Like he just seemed to be,
Anxious.
yeah, like he was always in and out, in and out, in and out, right? But
Yeah.
he wasn't doing anything really. So anyway, we sat down, listened to it. We went through the whole thing, and all that was said the entire time: get out, get out, twice, right? And the guy says, no, no, this is a bad spirit. And I says, you're nuts, right? And they said, why? I says, put it all together. So what do you mean? I said, you got a female spirit saying they must. They must. And she's
Mhm.
stressing that they must. They got this male spirit keeps saying, get out, right?
Yeah.
They're not telling you to get out. They're not saying, get out. They're saying, you
Yeah.
must get out,
Uh-huh.
right? Why do they keep saying you must get out,
There's
right?
something
So,
dangerous there.
there's something wrong, right? So I said, there's
Yeah.
something's not right. And then, so I said, well, excuse me, I gotta go do my business. So I went to go upstairs. And as I'm going upstairs, I smelt this vanilla, but it also smelled like a cigar, right?
Right.
Like a dip cigar, like a dip cherry or a dip vanilla cigar.
Yeah.
But it smelled more vanilla than cherry, right?
Right.
Start going up the stairs and I'm smelling this cigar. And I already know no one smokes in the house, right? And I'm like, the hell? Cherry cigar? That's cool. Anyway, went up, did my business. On the way down, I smelled jasmine. Right, and I'm thinking, okay, so he's the pipe smoker or the cigar smoker, and she has like a
Perfume on.
jasmine or there was a perfume years ago that it reminded me of. Um, it smelled like Ashley Musk. If you ever know what that
All
is.
right. Yeah.
There was a perfume called Ashley Musk from years ago.
It's an old,
And
old one.
women, a
The
lot of
one you
women
talk
wore
about.
that. Lots and
Uh-huh.
lots of women wore that. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but there was a perfume
Probably not.
and it was called Ashley's Musk, right? And
Yeah.
that's exactly what it smelled like. And I'm like, okay, so what we got here? We got a guy smoking a pipe. We got a woman who's obviously these guys must be from 40 or 50 years ago, right? Just because of the different smells, right? Because there was a time when there was vanilla pipe tobacco, right? And there was also another one brand called White Owl type tobacco. Neither one of those are sold anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, and then with the smell of that vanilla musky smell, I thought, and jasmine sort of mixture, and I'm thinking, maybe that is Ashley. It could be, right? I didn't know for sure, but anyway. So the next morning, I'm sitting around talking to these people, and I'm saying, you know what? Whoever this is, they're getting more and more and more, persistent, right? It started off slow, you said, but it's getting more and more, and now they're into knife throwing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, as if they're trying to scare you out of the house. Here's my advice. Let's try this before we do anything else, okay? Let's try this. Let's put out some fruit, put out some coffees, and tell them, listen, I'm not sure why you want us to leave, but obviously you're saying you must leave. We don't take it as a threat, but we don't know why.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave you this food, and here's some coffee, and here's some more bottled water, and we're taking off the grandmas for a couple of weeks, and we'll be back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, whatever the spirits needed or whatever they wanted, the main thing that they wanted was for these people to leave,
To leave. Uh-huh.
right? So I thought, look at, let's quit pissing around. These, spirits don't go to all that trouble.
Yeah,
Like
for
unless they're
nothing.
unless they're trying to kick you out, like unless they're trying to get out and literally just because they don't like you in their space. But when they're trying to get you to get out, but they're adding words like they need to and things like this. There's something more to it, right? So I said, can you guys stay over at your mother's or whatever? Sure, let's try that. I just look it. We'll try that. Well, I'll come back in 2 weeks, right? And then I'll come in and I'll talk with the spirits and see if whatever they wanted you out of here for. Um, we'll see if they feel better about it, right?
Yeah.
So they said, yeah. So they left. I left. The next day I was heading back home, right? So I was staying overnight. And then the next day, so basically 2 days, I'm I'm getting ready to leave, and I find out the fire department is at these people's houses.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So of course I rush over there to find out what happened. The
Yeah.
furnace blew up. The
Oh,
furnace
my
inside
God.
that house blew up so heavy. The windows in the back of the house, all the windows, were at the back fence of the yard.
Oh, my God. Don't try to warn
Hung
them.
so hard that the windows in the back were in the back lane. The windows on the
Right.
side had hit each neighbor's house, right? The front windows were just shattered, like
My
nothing was
God.
there. Place was going up like mad, right? Well, eventually, well, they couldn't save the house. Couldn't say. I mean, it just
Well, yeah,
it
that's
spread,
probably the spirits
you
knew
know.
that. Yeah, they probably knew it was going to be
But
bad.
so the family, of course, they're like, "Holy shit!" I says, "Well, now we know why they wanted you out of the house. They're trying to save your life, right?" So these spirits that everybody thought was evil was like, "We got to save these people. We don't want them to burn." So they
Yeah.
did some investigating later. They found out that in the exact same spot, 55 years ago, another house burnt down.
Right. Wow.
The man and the woman that lived there died in the fire.
Oh, God, so it's them that's come back to warn them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the man and the woman, they died in that first fire. So this
Wow.
fire, they got everybody out, right? So for a year, maybe it was a year and a half, 2 years, can't remember. They're fighting with the insurance company to get the money. They said, yeah, it wasn't arson or nothing. It just somehow inside the furnace itself, one of the copper or the pipes or whatever got
Oh,
held gas going, it
right.
split, right? And
Wow.
then it filled up the room with gas and kaput.
Goodness.
And so it was purely accidental, and they could prove it.
Uh-huh.
But the insurance company wasn't paying. So finally, the insurance company paid, right? And they were staying at this other place, but they didn't have the money that they got wasn't enough to buy a new place or anything, like whatever. But they did have enough money to rebuild on the same spot because they still owned the property. But to buy a house in the property, they couldn't. There was no way. The insurance money wasn't enough. But got if they built the house, right, they could live there.
Yeah.
And there was enough money that they could build the house, still owe a little bit, but they could
Yeah,
afford to
but
build the house.
survive. Yeah.
So that's what they end up doing. They end up rebuilding on the same spot, right?
Yeah, definitely, sis.
So they got all that done, everything else. And I got invited for supper, you know? Like, I guess it was 2 or 3 years after the fact. Um, the diocese got a hold of me saying that these people have been trying to get a hold of me because they want me to go see their new place and bless it.
Oh,
They would like me to come and bless their house. So I
yeah.
just give it a house blessing and come for supper, right? I'm like, hey, free meal, I'm in,
Yeah,
right?
I'm off.
Well,
Chew.
home cooked meal, I'm in, right?
Got to
Anyway,
go.
so I got there and no, the kids were a lot bigger, things like that. But just chit chat and talking a little bit and everything else. And I said, so how's things going, right? How are things? And just as I said that, I smelled pipe tobacco, right? And I turned and I could see the guy.
You seen him?
And he looked at me and smiled, nodded, and he walked into the living room, right? And then I felt like this, right? And I turned my head, and all of a sudden I smelt that smell,
Yeah,
like
the
actually mushroom,
Jasmine.
right? And here's this lady, and she has a big smile on her face, and away she goes, right?
Oh, see, that makes it all worth it.
And I'm like, holy shit, you know? Anyway, so I say to the people, I said, so how's it been? Like, if you guys are back, I says, I can see, I see what I see, but I don't know what you see. So, what's it been like? And the lady of the place says, she says, the only thing that's happened weird is a lot of times I'll be doing dishes. I said, yeah. She said, I'll be sitting at the sink doing dishes, and I feel like someone rubbing my shoulder, and I smell this perfume. She says, and it's very comfy. It's really weird. I'll be doing dishes, and it's like I'm looking to see who just touched me. She said, but there's nobody there. But at the same time, there's this really sweet smell, and I feel comforted, right? And he says, yeah. He says, and every time I'm watching the game, he says, it's like someone's sitting beside me, and every now and then I get a puff of smoke of some kind, right? And I said, oh yeah, that's cool. So then I told him about the people, because I haven't really said nothing about the people, right?
Yeah.
And I told him that that's what my experience was, that the guy smokes a cigar, right? And that she's got this jasmine vanilla mixture
It's
perfume that's
confirmation for you as well.
right. And so anyway, they were really excited about it. But it turned out, all at the end of the story, these spirits are tied to the land, obviously, right?
Yeah.
They're not haunting the house per se, and they're not haunting the people per se, but when they felt the danger of more lives being lost by what killed them, they
Yeah.
freaked out and did everything humanly possible, or spiritually possible, I suppose, to get them to leave because they knew it was coming,
That's
right?
amazing, isn't it?
And then when they went back and they rebuilt and everything else, they're obviously happy to have these people and their kids living in that house.
That would keep the spirits going as well because all the kids getting brought up there and things. The spirits would love that energy.
Right. So all in all, it worked out fantastic, right? They
Yeah.
went from being terrified by what they thought was evil, which turned out to be loving, caring people trying to save the baby and the child and them, to having to leave and then finally coming back to build a house, and now they're all together happily living in the same space.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's because Spirit knows.
So that's my story of what happened on that particular incident. Um, so if you guys would like to hear more of the old cases and stuff, uh, next week or next month, I mean, not next week, next month, go to. I'm either gonna go to Pup's channel, hmm, Pup's
Uh,
channel,
there's
maybe
mystical as well. There's loads
maybe
of people.
mystical, maybe mystical. I'm not sure. It just depends on which case kind of jumps at me
Yeah,
this
what you
week.
think about.
Let's go piss up a
Sparkle.
rope, would you? Anyway, White Owl says, because I'm old. Okay, go piss up a rope.
To let you
Anyway,
understand, they're best friends, and Colleen's saying to Uncle Danny, Danny remembers old sense because he was around way back when they first came out. Oh dear.
yeah. But yeah, so I'll be going on someone else's channel next month. Okay,
There, Sherry said, yeah.
but I'm trying to kind of align cases for the people that it's involved with. So, so that's what I'm gonna do next month is
Hi,
go on
Lee.
another. Hey, brother Lee, what did Lee say?
He says, hello, Drew. Hello, my man, Danny. We are watching you on the big screen.
Awesome job.
Hi, Lee and
So yeah,
Mystical.
so I'm thinking if, like I said, either Pops, Mystical, Christina's, Luna's, somebody's channel next month. Um, and if they want, I'll come and discuss one of my old cases on their channel. But that's it, guys. That's all I got.
Good story, Uncle
For,
Danny. Thank you for sharing that with us. And it is a good lesson to learn all these things because you do have to have an open mind going into cases. In a case like that, it's good that you've seen the urgency between the three of you to know that the spirit wasn't wanting to harm anybody. It just wanted just to listen to it and do as you were told and get out. So that
yeah,
was an amazing story. I enjoyed that.
yeah, and like I say, that's why I want to do these little mini series. You
Yeah.
know, just to show you that sometimes the worst cases aren't really a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some of them turn out that they are bad, but a lot of times it's something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that the
Got to
spirits are
listen to
trying
the spirits.
to help somebody, eh? And people just don't realize it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's so
Anyway, that's
true.
one of the cases that I enjoyed a long time ago
I'll get
when
yours
the earth
linked
was
up and
green and there
share
was
them.
unicorns. You know.
Yeah, definitely, guys. And remember, Sister Sherry has got a premiere, guys, at 11 o'clock, which is 5 minutes' time. So I'm going to
Yeah.
put the link for Sister Sherry's live stream in the chat so that you can just hit the link and go straight over, guys, if that's okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pop off of here because I told Pup we'd do it earlier so she could have her stream still.
Yeah,
So there you
definitely.
go.
It was a pleasure, Uncle Danny. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I really enjoyed
Thank
it.
you, Buttons, for having me. It was lots of fun. I got love to see everybody again, and
Anytime.
we'll see you next month. And I'll
Okay.
let you know ahead of time on whose channel.
Okay,
All right,
dokie,
bye
no
bye.
problem. I'll share it for you. Right, love you loads. I'll see you soon. When we'll get the link for
Okay, love you.
Sister
Bye.
Sherry. Night night, Uncle Danny. Right, okay, let's grab the link to Sister Sherry's actual live stream. So all you have to do is hit the link on this, guys, and it will take you straight there, okay? Wait till we get her put in PWI. And this will take you straight to the live stream. If I can find where I am. Willow's Adventures. There, it's right there. In 4 minutes' time. Right, okay. Share, copy link. I don't want to create a post in Drina. Right, share. Copy link. Oh, be quiet, Sparkle. That was a great story, guys. And as it's good to know that these cases as well. You just listen to the spirits. Make sure you're listening to them. Right, that is Sister Sherry's live stream right there, guys, for everybody that wants to come in. Just hit on that link and it'll take you straight there, okay? So it was a great night, everybody, and thank you for joining us. It is great to see Uncle Danny back doing streaming as well as the stories that he's telling us. Is going to be a great thing. So I will let you all go over to Sister Sherry's channel and I will be there in 2 seconds myself. So have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you in the chat. Bye bye then now. I'll put the banner up just to let you all say goodbye to each other.